coming at you from the Transformative Content Fair Use Studios in New Jersey. Today I'm going to go over some of the vloggers, in particular JoJo and our Mensa candidate Kyle Pallo, on their discussions on the park attendance as it stands right now. So I just wanted to start out with a little recap of what Dev said the other day.
I've been going to the parks a lot in the last few weeks, on and off camera, and it's scary what's happening right now with how empty the parks are.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at some of the videos of the vloggers, it certainly doesn't, inspire confidence. But let's move on to JoJo.
Is this typical of the crowds?
But
It seems a little light.
Yeah, it's not.
I sent you an article the other day that they said the Disney crowds are down.
They are
Significantly.
That's actually really interesting. I was meaning to tell you guys that we actually had the lowest.
I mean, his dad is the sweetest guy. And this is great because JoJo doesn't, spew a lot of nonsense. He's just like, I don't want to talk about this. I just want to have fun, and I totally get it. But you still gotta kind of take into consideration that you might lose your content cow, like Dev, who's decided to pivot. But let's finish.
Attendance for July 4th in years here at Disney World.
And why is that?
I don't know. There's a lot of debate online, but that's not my job, Dad. We just have fun here on JoJo's World. I will say, though, I don't. It doesn't seem that less busy. It still seems pretty crowded to me personally, but maybe crowded to me is just not walk-ons. Walk-ons, like you could just walk onto.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what walk-ons are. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. So that was nice. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're going on to Kyle, who's at who's at Animal Kingdom, and I'm pretty sure he's walking into the park. Let's see.
But then again, I know a lot of people from, who usually keep on coming. There's not really much drama.
He's walking around by, obviously by Avatar World, whatever. I can't remember the name offhand.
But then again, I know a lot of people from, who usually keep on coming. There's not really much drawing them back right now.
Now that's total nonsense. I mean, come on. There's not a lot drawing them back right now.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
I've been going back and forth to Disney every year at the same time for, we initially started going in the fall. But then once my daughter got out of kindergarten, we couldn't take her out of school anymore, so we switched over to August. So I've been going there for pretty much a decade. And I keep coming back, and it doesn't matter if there's anything new. I go there because I enjoy Disney, and I meet the same people there every year. We have the same cast members. Like, they recognize us. It's like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, buddy. All right, so where are we here, buddy?
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
We can get in a whole debate on that, but I think that's my dumb little speech on crowds. I'm done kind of talking about that for now. I feel like the crowds are definitely coming on back. It was just a fluke for the holidays. Looks like a lot of people decided not to travel because, usually the holidays are packed, but everyone's like, I'm not going to come.
Everyone's like, yeah. Now watch when he gets past this little, it's like a crossroads sort of. On the left-hand side is the Dawa bar, and then on the right-hand side is where they have the drums that the kids play. And then normally in the middle of this little, I don't know if you want to call it like a town square, but it's always packed. Always packed.
But don't get me wrong. It's not like it's packed, but it's more
right. I don't know if you can see
before.
my cursor, but right.
It's more than before.
It's more than before what? If I walked into the park and I saw it like this, I'd be, it'd be awesome. And then I think it's the Dawa bar, right? I can't even see. I can't remember. We actually know a couple of the bartenders here, and all right, let's just keep going.
We're gonna take a left here.
All right, so then we move on to. Oh, this is my favorite part. So he decides, I think he's walking into Epcot, Mr. Palo. Let's join him.
That should probably be it for your concrete updates today. But there are other updates and rumors and drama going around here. Is Disney selling to Apple? The ever so rumor that always seems to be a rumor. Let's head on into Epcot and let's talk about it. It always seems once Disney is so-called struggling, this rumor always happens to be Disney is in the talks to sell to Apple.
So-called struggling.
That should probably be it for your concrete updates today. It always seems once Disney is so-called struggling.
You gotta be kidding.
No way.
All right. Okay, so apparently Mr. Kyle Pallo doesn't know anything about what's going on in the news. He doesn't know anything that's going on with Disney. So, I mean, like, I have to wonder, is he a shill? Like, what is it? A, you're a shill. B, you're completely petrified of losing your content cow, and you're just going to toe the line. Or C, you're just not a bright man. So, let's go up here. And these are just two websites I randomly pulled. So Disney lost $900 million in the last 8 studio releases. Okay, right then and there, boom. This is my favorite. So Iger, in his interview in Colorado with all of his rich, buddies. We won't get into that because it's a whole nother situation going on with him kind of, I want to say pissing on some of the actors and, well, we won't get into that. So they're planning on selling a third. Iger put roughly a third of the company up for sale this week, declaring Disney's linear TV assets non-core. So, like, where in the world would you say so-called? So-called what? So-called fire sale? So-called... it's just hilarious. And it gets even better because he makes these statements and then he goes into the parks and let's just follow him now, shall we?
Here's a look at the beginning of the countries at 11 here today.
All right, so 11 o'clock is a little wonky in the parks at World Showcase. See, the thing is, technically the stores don't open till 11, but you still can walk around. Now, granted, at that time of the day, yeah, you're going to see the crowds are sparse, but not like this. This is, I got to say, like, I want to book a flight now.
Pretty dry. This will definitely change next week when Food and Wine opens. I mean, at least we think. I haven't been to an opening of a festival in a while. I think I went to the opening of Flower and Garden. So eerie. So eerie.
So eerie. So eerie. So he went from no crowds, no problems, to so eerie. So eerie. Oh, boy, oh, bad, dude. Okay, so the last one here is, I think, him going to La Hacienda. And I go to this bar, it's like a bar restaurant. It's right across from the Mexican Pavilion. I go there all the time. And normally it's packed, okay? It's not going to be packed at 11 o'clock in the morning, but you can never get a seat inside this, and it's also hard to get a seat outside because the air conditioning in this place is really good.
A hidden spot. I feel like I didn't even know about this. I feel like I did, but I didn't know a lot of people didn't utilize it because a lot of people are sitting outside right now. While we're getting free AC to ourselves, it's like a rest spot that no one knows about. This is actually La Hacienda's
a rest stop that nobody knows about. What is he talking about? Unbelievable. So yeah, we do know about it, Kyle. We use it a lot, and as a matter of fact, if you go there, after 12, you might not be able to get a seat.
Dining area, so it's kind of cool that they utilize it for this. The more you know.
The more you know. That's great. There was a couple of other videos I wanted to put in here, but apparently I didn't. Where he's walking around, where there's a seat in Animal Kingdom he can usually never get on, and he's like, I can get on this seat now because there's nobody here. So, which is it? I mean, come on, dude. I just find the whole thing entertaining. I mean, I'm not going to stop listening to the guy. I just a little, general ribbing.
It's scary what's happening right now with how empty the parks are.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, you got the holidays coming up, and that's usually a real busy time. I mean, I saw Dev looking at some of the not so scary Halloween dates, and there's still plenty of dates open there. That doesn't look too promising. But I heard that there's a new Christmas thing at Hollywood Studios. I think that's almost sold out. So the big question is, after the holidays, how this is all going to pan itself out. I mean, on the one hand, I appreciate this guy's optimism, but then on the other hand, his complete lack of knowledge. And I mean, it's like there's always rumors about the Apple sale, because I think Apple is like literally the company's worth like $3 trillion. I mean, they can easily buy Disney if they wanted to. But is Iger going to sell? I don't know. It's always up for speculation. But the facts remain that he's putting up a third of the company, and they've lost almost $1 billion in Disney Studios in the last 8 films. And from my understanding, what I've read also, I think the last 2 quarters, Disney Plus has lost, I think, almost $1 billion. I mean, I know they lost 4 million subscribers in the first quarter. Not sure about the second, but this is not a good sign, right? And if you watch the Dev, not my Dev video, but his that I gleaned it, or I took the video from. He actually has because YouTube now has like an analytical thing where you can see who searched for what, so he can see what everyone searched for his video. And from what he was saying is, no one is searching up for theme parks anymore. I don't know how they got to him or got to his video. I mean, he's got a huge following. So you got that. So, but it is interesting to hear his perspective, as opposed to, I mean, JoJo is just having a good time. And it's another. I want to do him and his father. I mean, like, there's this. He puts a jacket. I mean, it looks like he took a blanket from underneath the car seat, that he used to possibly check the oil in his car, and put it over his dad's head so he could not know where he was taking him. But I'll get to that on another episode, and I'm glad I'm getting to do this, because each time I'm having more and more fun. I just did this too quickly. I didn't really think about it too much. I should have thought more about it, but that's the way it goes.